Good to go. So this is a Castlevania Rondo of Blood. This was a Japanese-only release on the TurboGrafx 16. So you might not be very familiar with this. But it's a very good Castlevania game. Highly recommend it. And the biggest thing about speedrunning this Castlevania is to go backwards. I have to clarify, the speedrun that I'm doing is a Richter-only speedrun, so I'm not going to be picking up Maria. There is another character that you can use in this speedrun. And biggest reason that we're going backwards is because you have this ability to backflip every time you jump. And the backflip is, it moves you faster. So we're just exploiting that over and over and over again. And you don't want to do the backflips by themselves. You want to whip every time you land to cancel the recovery. So right there I picked up the holy water and some extra hearts. These hearts will be very useful to me. Alright, pretty good fight. So, you may have noticed during that fight, I was intentionally taking damage. That's because at the end of every stage, it will count down your life and your hearts for score. And the less life you have, the less the countdown, so it saves time. This section is probably one of the more random sections in the game. All of these enemies have RNG to them. So there's a little exploit there. If you land on the boat and gain control of your character before you land, you can actually move the boat. You may recognize this guy. This is sort of like an homage to Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. And ferryman, and there's a bunch of mermen just flying out of the water. So the biggest thing here is we just want to survive until we reach the third stage. You might notice me crouching. When you're hit in the crouching state, it doesn't like normally when you get hit, you get knocked back like in most Castlevania games. But if you're crouching in this game, you will stay It will stay put every time you take damage. So we want the axe. I picked up the axe again and got rid of my holy water. We want the axe for this mid-boss here. It's the fastest way of taking care of him. Just one axe throw takes care of that boss, or the mid-boss I should say. Alright, that was pretty messy, that section, but we're alive and we're moving on. It's the most I can ask for. Okay. So I took some damage there. I was just it was sort of unavoidable. I had to maintain my position, not get knocked off. But you can grab some health here, right before the boss. Alright, pretty good fight. They're unlike the older Castlevania games, there are no triple shot and double shot power-ups. Basically, the more hearts you have, the game grants you the power-ups with the more hearts you have. So if you have 20 hearts or more, you can throw two sub-weapons at once on the screen at once. And then if you have 30 hearts or more, you get to throw 3 or more on the screen at once. So basically, the more ammo you have, the better that is. Yeah, pretty much classy. Moonwalk the game. So this section has a lot of RNG to it. These skeleton spawns are pretty much random. So I got pretty bad luck there. The main thing in that section is I want to kill any of the birds that are still on the screen. If there are still some birds on the screen, when you reach the gate, it will take longer for the gate to go down. So now we use the axe to pick up this other sub-weapon. It's called the Bible. And as you can see, the Bible is it's very powerful. It's one of the most powerful sub-weapons in the game. It uses 3 hearts instead of 1, and it's the most useful one because it stays active like longer than any of the other sub-weapons. So now we're coming up to the 5th stage, and this stage has the most RNG in it. Has some really good music though. So this enemy that's coming up, this is the magic sword, and Ooh, okay. We got a decent pattern. Not the best pattern. But you are at the mercy of this magic sword. If it decides to linger at the top of the screen, there's nothing you can do about it. Your Bible cannot hurt it. You have to hit it with your whip. Oh, and that painting, that enemy that looked like a painting, that'll kill you in one hit, so make sure you take care of it and not touch any part of it. Alright, pretty good section. Oops. Alright. I'm gonna grab some extra hearts there. And now we are at probably the hardest boss in the game. And the most random. This is death. Ooh, okay. So that was a mistake. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh no, okay. Alright, good. So long as those skulls don't touch you, he won't do another cycle. So, it was unfortunate that I got hit the first time. Alright, we survived. So what makes that fight so hard is that it's essentially just like a bullet hell. Where death decides to put those sickles is random. Alright, so now we have a cutscene that we have to watch. Again, I want to reiterate that this is the Speedrun Community Outreach. We're trying to help speedrunners from Europe and South America get to summer games done quick. And all of your donations will go towards that helping them get to summer games done quick. I can't speak. SGDQ. You all know what it is. This is my favorite part of the cutscene. His hand just sort of appears just from a distance. We call it the long arm. それを欲しているこの世がこの時代の人間どもすべてが鬼畜となるはずではないかね。私はこの世の希望法となるべきものであろう。そなたはそう思わん。伯爵様、なんだ。城内にくせ者でございます。そうか。 定めというものは楽しいものだな。どうやら邪魔が入ったようだ。それでは後ほどご機嫌麗しゅう。So this lady right here, this is our girlfriend. You can save her in the game, but obviously we don't save our girlfriend in the speedrun. Alright, so this stage is pretty much one big boss rush. You have to fight a series of bosses. Ooh. So unfortunately, that boss gave me some pretty bad RNG. But most of the time, when you fight Medusa, if you fight her the same exact way, it shouldn't be too hard. Oh gosh. So I took some extra damage there. It's pretty rough. More health, you want more health in this fight. So I tried to avoid some damage, avoid taking damage against Frankenstein. Because when you have to fight Shaft, this is the last of the boss rush. This guy can be pretty tricky. Overall, pretty good fight. Sometimes with how the orbs form around him, it can be very difficult. So this stage here that's coming up will be the second to last stage. And there is a very difficult shortcut that you can take. And surprise, it involves doing your backflip. Alright, just gonna throw a Bible there to clear out these enemies. Need to pick up that big heart right there. There is a little skip here, yeah. So you can skip in between those platforms. Kind of like Castlevania 4, you can jump onto the stairs so long as you're holding the up input. So I'm going to do a backflip right there, and a backflip right there to get a small little shortcut up to this door. I'm going to take that damage boost, that's intentional. Okay, so I'm just gonna kill those enemies just for safety. This is the skip that I had mentioned earlier, and there it is. If you get that backflip, you skip a good portion of the stage, and it takes you right to the boss fight. So there's a nice little exploit with this boss. This is the Ghost of Shaft. You have to exercise him. And so long as I do this correctly... Ooh, okay. So... I haven't done it incorrectly so far. Alright, there we go. When you do the fight correctly, you can keep Shaft in this loop. You can keep him in this infinite where every time he recovers from being attacked, you can just hit him again from his recovery over and over and over again. But the hardest part about that are these little bats that spawn during the fight. So I got kind of unlucky, but it's not a big deal. So long as we get to fight Dracula with the Bible, everything is all good. I wonder what he finds so funny. Okay. So it's actually very good that he enters this second phase on the far right. Whoops. Mistake. Alright. So that was Castlevania, Rondo of Blood. Using Richter only. Yeah, you may recognize this this whole battle from the beginning of Symphony of the Night. The amazing voice acting and such. But that was, again, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, or Rondo of Blood. I got the games wrong. That was Rondo of Blood. I'll be running this game at Summer Games Done Quick, along with a lot of these guys that you may have just saw. So yeah, thanks for having me on the Ludendi channel, and guys, stick around. Super Mario Brothers, the Lost Level. Lost Levels is going to be speedrun by Raiko Rider, and you don't want to miss it. So thanks for watching, guys.